What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I want somebody to explain to me what the hell Magic Johnson is thinking. I mean, Magic Johnson should be drug tested for saying what he said. For saying this, that the Lakers should keep Russell Westbrook. I mean, and not even try to trade him. To me, is a travesty. I really don't understand Magic Johnson's logic. And, Magic Johnson is definitely one of my favorite people, in regards to, just the game itself, being an ambassador of the game, knowing the game from all angles, being a multiple champion, being Mr. Showtime, and always is a voice in the NBA community, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the topic is. And in this situation here, him making these comments, Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka is going to listen to it, even though they might not abide by it. But I mean, they definitely hear the voice of a powerful man in Lakerland and a powerful man in just sports in general, Magic Johnson. They're going to listen. They're going to listen to what he's saying. And, the more and more you look at the situation, they might be stuck with Russell Westbrook. They might be stuck with Russ because, like I said, $40+ million contract is hard to get off of, especially when nobody else really wants the guy. I mean, you think about Indiana and the teams that they put out there in the forefront that they tried to trade Russ to, or that are still trying to trade Russ to. And, the Rockets, last year, midseason for John Wall, that didn't work out. I mean, other teams are looking at Russell Westbrook. Other teams see what the Lakers see. Other teams see that, he's losing his first step. He's a turnover machine, and he's really all about stats. He's really not about winning until he really adopts that. If he's ever going to, which I don't think so in this point in his career now, but until he ever adopts that, he's never really going to be the player that the Lakers need to help them get over the hump and become a championship team once again. And like I said, LeBron is getting older. You can't expect LeBron to drop 30 points and lead the league in scoring and all these other things going forward. There's going to be years where going forward, you're going to see LeBron, if he's still able to play, where he's going to be averaging 15 points a game. Maybe 20 or less. It's just gonna be the inevitable. It's gonna happen. And as far as the Lakers, they really have no direction right now. They're trying to find a way to trade Russell Westbrook, and then on top of that, they really need to try to find a way to trade Anthony Davis. In a lot of people's mind, because Anthony Davis' value is going down so much because he's just not staying healthy. And ever since the bubble, nobody's been impressed with Anthony Davis, really overall. I mean, he's just not, the player he was in the bubble. He's not showing that same, promise or whatever you want to call it. He's just not, he's just not that top 5 caliber player that he was playing like in the bubble. And I feel like that is, hurting, them a lot in regards to, their development on the court and the chemistry. Because like I said, even though LeBron and, AD have got a little bit of chemistry, but it doesn't mean anything. They have to try to find a way to get that out of Russ too. And with Russ, it's just not happening. It's just not happening at all. And I don't, want to say that, Russ can't figure it out. I truly believe he can't myself. But I mean, you don't want to count nobody out in a situation. But I just don't see, where he's really going to, fit with this team. But at this point, you ask yourself, like, who knows? I mean, Magic Johnson is really co-signed for this guy to be there. And, a lot of people, might feel the same way. Me personally, I don't. I just think that they need to find a way to, get rid of Russell Westbrook. And I know it's going to be tough because, like I said, that contract he has, it's going to be hard to get off that. And it's going to be hard for anybody to want this guy because nobody does right now. Nobody sees, the value in him like that, especially, with the situation being the way it is, with him and everything. And, it's I don't know, the more, I look at Russ play throughout this past season, the more frustrated I got with him because it's like now you don't have the first step as you used to, as I said before. And it's like sometime, he wasn't even being aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And I understand you got to pick and choose your spots with the Lakers because you got, Russell Westbrook yourself, and you got AD and LeBron on the floor, but you got to be aggressive too, you know what I'm saying, and be yourself and allow yourself to flourish in this offense. You can't be stagnant. And I feel like a lot of games he was stagnant. He was really trying to figure out his way, and I can understand that as well. But at the same time, you got to find a way to be effective. And he's been in the league long enough to know how to be effective on a team, whether he's the main guy or the second guy or not. I know he's not used to being the second guy or third guy on the team, but he's been in the league long enough to figure out a way to be effective. And what I saw this past year with the Lakers, it's not going to get any better going into this season. And then don't get me started on the head coach thing. I mean, as I said before, out of the candidates that's there, I would take Darvin Ham out of the three candidates that they have, you know what I'm saying, in regards to, Atkinson, I think, and Terry Stotts, and then you got Darvin Ham. He would probably be the best pick, but I mean, really, man, it's really horrible with what they have as far as they picks. I mean, these are young coaches, or Darvin Ham is a young rookie. Well, he's not young, but he'll be a rookie head coach. Kenny Atkinson was no good, really. And Terry Stotts, to me, I never liked his style of coaching anyway. So, I mean, even the picks there just don't even seem that promising, to me. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not impressed, with anything the Lakers are doing right now. This is an organization that's built for championships, and right now it looks like they're built to be at home in the postseason, and that's the way they look to me. And I don't even know, I believe they will possibly make the playoffs or the play-in tournament, next season. But I mean, think about it. This is a team that didn't even make the play-in tournament. I mean, that's an extra opportunity to make the playoffs. They couldn't even do that with 3 top 75 players. That's just unreal to me. And like I said, for Magic Johnson to even say that they should keep Russell Westbrook and not even try to look to trade him, I mean, that's really shocking to me, because like I said, they can't get nowhere, I don't think, with Russell Westbrook. As long as he's a part of that team, I just don't see them winning no championship, because his decision making is just going to rub off on LeBron and AD, as it already did, you see what I'm saying, in this past year. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, the more and more they play with Russell Westbrook, the more and more they're just going to be confused on the court, because they're trying to figure out a way to get him in the offense and implement him the way they need him to be, and need him to be that second or third scorer. And he plays like a fourth or fifth scorer on the team a lot of times. He plays tentative, and he's really, really a turnover machine. And like I said, after a while, you become a product of your environment. That's just the way it is. And LeBron knows that. But the only thing with LeBron is, he's just trying to, filter out the last couple of years of his career and see if he can, squeeze a championship out of it. And it's going to be tough, because I mean, like I said, I just don't see, I don't see no promise with this team at all. I really don't. And like I said, I'm surprised by Magic Johnson's comments, and I really think it's just, I mean, maybe he don't want to see the Lakers win. That's what I'm starting to think. Maybe he don't care whether the Lakers win or not. Who knows? Because, he's not there technically, and he doesn't really have much of a say so. And maybe he's just saying that just because, I don't know what the situation is, but I don't see the reason why keeping Russ is going to be a good thing in regards to them trying to win a championship. They already don't have no defense. So if they don't got no defense, and they got a player like Russell Westbrook, who's a turnover machine, along with defensive problems, well, that's more of a problem all on its own that they're going to go through. And I just think that they need to try to find a way to get rid of him, but I just don't feel like they can. But I mean, Magic is saying don't even try to get rid of him. I just don't find that to be, an attractive point at all. I feel like that's just the wrong way to think. And like I said, I just think the Lakers are stuck, really. I just don't see them going anywhere. I think next year is going to be a reenactment of this past year. They might upgrade a little bit and make the play-in tournament, maybe. But at the same time, I just don't really see, them going no further than maybe the first round of the playoffs. I mean, they're just not really built for that. And when you look at this team overall, I mean, like I said, it's only but so much LeBron can do. LeBron's going to be worn out, dried out. He might not even make it to Bronny, making it in the league and playing on his team. He might not have enough energy. He might just be dried out by then. So, playing for this team in the Lakers. So we'll have to see, how it goes and everything. But like I said, I feel like Russ is just going to ruin this whole Lakers operation. And, the days of the Lakers winning championships, I just don't see it no time anytime soon. And we'll have to see how it goes and how it pans out. But the coaching situation is a mess. Russ is a mess. They're just not good at all, and I don't believe in them at all, and I don't think nobody else does as well. But hey, that's my take on everything. You leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos as always, and hey, Khaliis out.